Hi, this is day 18 Daily Spark question. Day 18. I think it's peak new moon right now. No, not related to this question, probably. What aspects of my personality only exist in contrast, opposition, or resonance with other people? Oh my God. I don't know how much time do I have. I'm waiting on a client, and this one could probably take a while, but I'll try to keep it brief. What aspects of my personality only exist in contrast, opposition, or resonance with other people? I think all the aspects. Like, there's no need for personality without other people around. That's how I feel. That feels true to me. The personality to me is like an arising of expression based on our conditioning, our beliefs, our thoughts, emotions. And so I consider this to be a relation with you, because I'm reaching out toward you. So I even think my personality comes through in this mode, in this vehicle, because I consider this relational too. So it's not just with other people in person. So I just want to say that. But is there a need for personality when you're completely in isolation? I don't think so. When I'm alone, do I feel like my personality is arising up to express something? Maybe like around my cats. When I talk to them, I can feel my personality being expressed when I'm around, when I'm in relation with anything. I shouldn't say it's even a living thing, but everything is in relation to. I love these questions lately. They're always about like relational considerations, which I love to think about. But if I'm in isolation, not relating to anything in my environment, whether it's living or non, I don't feel my personality rising up to express anything. I might be asleep. I might be meditating, in which case I don't feel my personality. So, because it says what aspects, I feel like, did I just give a non-typical answer or not unexpected answer? Am I supposed to, like, this whole, like, what is it really aiming for here is always in the back of my mind, like, because I helped cultivate these questions for a reason, which is to probe, to probe very deeply into identity in order to dismantle. And so that's like, the grip of identity, dismantle the grip. So this, obviously, it makes sense why it would be asking it. And then I go and say, all of them are in relation to other people. All of them are in contrast. All my aspects of personality exist in contrast, opposition, or resonance. So if I take, I guess, specific examples, in this, I think about humor. A lot of times, I just love to express humor. Not the funniest person. I just love to laugh. I love to see other people laugh. So I feel like if it's an appropriate moment, then let's laugh. Let's just be joyful in the appropriate moments. Obviously, I'm not just going to crack jokes if people are in despair and they want to be seen and they want to share that, those emotions, like share time with those emotions. And yeah, so you know what I mean. It's just inappropriate moments. So here, I love also when humor comes out. So I'm thinking about humor as an aspect of my personality. I like it to be in resonance with other people. That's the appropriate moments. Now, what aspects that, so that I think about humor is the one that would be at resonance. So, what aspects of my personality exist in contrast? So, see, I can get specific with this question if I take each one of these, you know, contrast, opposition, or resonance as separate things. But all together, it'd be like, well, all the aspects are in are only in those moments with other people. So, so in contrast, what aspects are in contrast with other people? I think it's those moments when I've talked about this before. I find a rising up of certain personality traits coming in to provide, to like have an equilibrium with other people and their personalities, like a balancing that I don't even intentionally do. It just happens, and I've noticed it forever. Like it's just something that happens in me, and I'm like, why? I just feel like I have to balance the energies of the space, how, you know, with whatever people are there. It's not even just one on one. It's like it feels like in groups too. Like what personality traits might be missing that could provide balance. So I feel like maybe I love to understand what's missing. Like, you know how it's like you sometimes you only know what's right in front of you, but it's hard to identify what's not there. It's like a common human thing. It's hard to identify or think about what's missing. Like it's not around, so it's like harder. It's more challenging to think of that. So something in me just feels like it loves to identify what's missing here. Ooh, let's add some of that. So if a situation could use humor, yeah, and nobody else is expressing it, that would be in contrast with other people. If it's all humor and there needs to be some more, there doesn't need to be, that's a bad way to phrase it, but something in me wants to like balance, so that would be contrast with other people. Now if people are very agitated and just like gossipy and snarky and like mean spirited, I don't experience that as much anymore now that I don't work in a bar. I did a stint working as a bartender, so I got plenty of that. I got all the traits, but that one more than I had in the past. So I don't miss that particular one, but I would always come in and I knew I was doing this intentionally, was the personality traits of mine that would be more calming and more equanimous, like, hey, let's have some perspective here. Let's not judge people. Let's, you know, and so I do like what ifs and like talk about the good attributes of people they're talking about, you know, like, hey, would you say that to their face? You know? So it would be like that sort of thing would be contrast or opposition. Um, yeah, so I guess I can think of those specific examples when I think about contrast, opposition, resonance as separate things. But as a whole, yeah, I love to think about how what's the need for personality when I'm alone, unless I'm just trying to tickle my own fancy. So sometimes I do that. I'll put on music, dance around in the kitchen without my cats around because it feels like maybe an energy just wants to be expressed, and it's playful and fun, and it tends to be weird. Like, I feel like that's a key trait of my personality is to be weird or do the unexpected or like, you know, whatever. So yeah, I like this question. I keep thinking there's something about like that no self-realization, like subtext in this question, and the way I answered it originally about how there's no need for personality, or there's just nothing arising, and how, you know, personality feels like a tool a tool of connection, tool of expression, creativity, And then the opposite of all that might just be like, when, you know, and not the opposite, but like when you think about no self realization, where it's like, can you look inside and find a self? I can say selfing is happening now. That's what I think of personality, is like, oh, selfing's happening right now. But like a self as a noun just isn't a thing. It doesn't exist. I don't know if something wants me to tease that apart with the idea of personality and aspects of personality, but it's too vague in my mind space right now. I can't really. This is when I feel like there's a there, but I'm not accessing it yet. So I'll just cut this off then. No need to waste your time. But yeah, maybe I'll do a part 2 if it comes to me. Yeah, bye.